everyone, hope you all must be doing great. In today's session of polishing your skills with Power BI projects, we will be analyzing the hotel booking demand in the hospitality industry, which is on the peak at times of holiday seasons. So, let's get into it. Analyzing hotel booking demand is essential in the hospitality industry. Power BI helps hotels identify booking trends, understand cancellation rates, and optimize pricing strategies to improve the revenue management. Insights into guest demographics and lead times, as well as seasonal patterns, can enable targeted marketing and seasonal operational planning. Power BI transforms complex data into actionable insights, giving hotels a competitive edge and better decision making. KPIs provide valuable insights in hotel booking demand analysis by measuring key trends and cancellation rates, enabling data driven decision making into booking optimization and pricing strategies. So, firstly, we have the cancellation count. Cancellation count represents the total number of cancellations which happened by the customers, which could be due to several reasons. Moving on, we have the total number of repeated guests. This shows the strong retention among the customers and improves the positive feedback experience and effective loyalty programs. Moving on, we have the total number of stays in weeknights, which makes the hotel understand the midweek occupancy trends, enabling targeted marketing strategies in the period of slower times. So, moving on to the demo of the project, if you have a look here, this is the hotel booking demand analysis dashboard that we will be creating. And if you see here, you can see that the cancellation count here was 44,000, which basically means that 44,000 number of cancellations happened on in the particular hotel. And you can see the total number of repeated guests that kept showing up for subsequent bookings in this hotel. And these are the number of stays in the weeknights, which was around, which is a much greater figure, showing that the number of people were highest in the weeknights. And this is the cancellation rate by arrival month. For example, in the month of August, there were much more high cancellation rates compared to January. And these are the stays in weeknights compared to weekend nights, showing that, for example, in January, the count of stays in weeknights were higher compared to weekends. And these are the repetitive guests by country. For example, PRD stands for the country code of Portugal. So, number of people belonging from Portugal were highest that kept showing up for the to book the hotel on a much more larger basis, meaning that they were much more loyal to the hotel, making sure that subsequent bookings were done by them. And then this is the Great Britain country code, meaning UK, and around 12,000 repetitive guests showed up. This is the cancellation rate by market segment. Cancellation rate by market segment means market segment here is the platform on which the people have booked their hotels from. For example, online TA refers to websites like GoIBbo, Make My Trip, and groups refers to the people who made sure, like for example, if they're booking for a wedding, so that is a much more larger group that people are booking their hotels for. And this is the room demand stability for room A and room D. Similarly, this is the slicer, dynamic slices for the country and the hotel type. And if I show you the, for example, I want to see it for city hotel. You can see that the cancellation count here was 33,000. The repeated guests showed up were around 2,032. And the highest cancellation rate were here in the month of May. And for example, if I show you for resort hotels, so cancellation count here was the lowest compared to the city hotels. But here again, the repeated guests were much more lower, and the cancellation rate here was highest in the month of August. So let me just clear my selection. Let me see if I want to show you for a country. Let us go with, you can go with Albania again. You can see that the cancellation count here was 2. There were no repeated guests that showed up, and there this was the total number of stays in the weeknights. Similarly, let me just show you. And the cancellation rate, since there were only 2 cancellations that happened, these happened in the month of April and June. And you can see that the repetitive guests were around 12. And the highest cancellation rate by market segment was 100% on the basis of online DA, meaning from the websites there was the highest cancellation rate. So let me just clear my selection. So this is the final dashboard that we will be creating by the end of this project. So let us move with the tutorial now. So we all know that we have reached to the project of this session. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to load the data and then we are going to create reports. So let's just click on the get data in the home tab and click on text or CSV, and you will just find this hotel bookings and you will click this and you will just click it on open. Again, you can get your data from different platforms. Either it could be a text or CSV file like I have imported from, or it could be a SQL server where basically data is stored in database, or you can also import it from cloud platforms. So you can see here that this is the preview of the data. This is the kind hotel type, which is the resort hotel. Actually, the data is truncated right now because the data is in bulk. But if you will just later on, you will see that the hotel type is also a resort hotel and a city hotel. And here it is showing the cancellation, if it is cancelled or not. For example, if here resort hotel, it shows 0, which means it is false and it has not been cancelled. And if there is 1, it means that it was cancelled. You can see the lead time here, the arrival date of the arrival date year, at which year was their arrival, and the arrival date month, the week number, the month of the day, and the stays in weeknights. Did they stay in the weeknight or not? And adults, children, babies, like how much adults were there or how many children were or babies were there. So let's just first load the data. And you can also transform the data accordingly. You can see that whatever transformations you want to make, for example, you want to change the column. For now, this data is actually clean. So what we are going to do is, whenever this data gets loaded, we are going to do some changes in the column names, because the column names are not much clear. So we'll make sure that the column names actually convey a meaning. So let's just wait for a while. So you can see that there are some errors. So let us just view what these errors are. So we are going to the table view, and what we are going to do is we are going to click on the home tab and we are just going to click on transform data. There might be any potential errors that we might not have encountered by now, but this is what data cleaning or data pre-processing is for, that we are going to see if any, there are any data irregularities here. First, let us just change the name of this table, hotel booking, in a much more cleaner way, I'll say. Hotel booking. And let us just see. The hotel data type seems to be fine, there is no problem. And cancellation, you can write this as cancel, or maybe you could write this cancel, or just simply write cancelled. Cancel, cancellation. Lead time is fine. You can just make sure these underscores are not here. That is completely up to you. Lead time, arrival date, year, the year extracted from the arrival date basically, and the arrival date month also. Make sure these underscores are removed, because that is what we don't want right now. It is not necessary that you have to do it from each of the, field, but I am going to make sure that they look relevant also. Stays in weekend night. Change the names. Stays in weekend nights, stays in weeknights. Adults, children, babies seems fine. The meal seems fine. Country, market segment. Market segment is basically nothing. Market segment basically means that platform from which each customer booked the hotel. For example, if you see here, the direct here means that the customer directly booked the hotel from the hotel website. And corporate means that companies which give their employees, they give their employees hotel booking or maybe something like an offer to go for. Basically, the company makes sure of that the employee stays in the hotel. Like they book the tickets for you for any business travel. And then there is online TA. Online TA are nothing but platforms like GoIbibo or Agoda. All these booking websites are for hotels only. So this is what it means with online TA. And offline TA is the traditional travel agencies that you book your hotel tickets from. And this is the distribution channel again. And the repeated guest, like if there are any repeated guests. Previous cancellations, previous bookings not cancelled, everything seems fine though. You can make sure the booking changes, deposit type, if they contacted through an agent or not to in order to book the hotels, and the company also. If, for example, if there is a direct market segment, then the company would actually be null because they didn't include any company. They directly booked the hotel from the hotel website. Similarly, if there was any waiting list in which a particular customer was holding on wait for a while, and the customer type also, and you can see that the required car parking spaces they required. And so there are a lot of columns also. You can see the reservation status also of their date whenever they reserved the hotel. So not now what we're going to do is we're just going to close and apply, and we're going to click close and apply. And now the data has been successfully transformed. We just needed to make sure that the column names look appropriate according to the context of this project. So we have transformed the data. Now we'll move on to the creation of report, because this is only one table that we'll be seeing right now, the hotel booking table only. So there is no need of modeling the data. Basically happens among two tables or more than two tables. For now we are just dealing with one table, so we don't need any as such modeling for this. Now what we are going to do is we're going to go to the visualization section. Let me just zoom in for you. We're going to go to the visualize section. First, we need to make sure that the canvas background, we want to change the canvas background color. So we'll just go here and we'll choose a color for this. I want something lighter gray, I'll say. So maybe I'll just go with this. So for now, this gray seems fine. Now what we are going to do is we're going to partition the canvas for now. Let me just show you first of all. Okay, before partitioning, we want to insert a shape first. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on the insert tab and we're going to click on shapes, and I'm going to choose this rectangle. And let me just position it correctly. And if I just show you, so this is how it would look. And let me just resize this. And go to the style section in the format. Whenever you'll select this particular shape, automatically in the visualize section there will be a shape subsection where you can click on the style drop down menu and you can choose a color for this. I want something like dark green, so I'll choose this color, I'll say. So now this looks better. Now what you can do is, now we will be partitioning this whole canvas into, like, let me show you. Click on the shape section in the insert tab and insert a line. Now this is the line that you can see has been automatically inserted. Now just make sure to resize it and just drag it all the way here. And drag it all the way horizontally. Similarly, insert another line, resize it, Now go to the rotation section in the format shape of the shape subsection. Now we want this into 90 degrees. We want it in the vertical. So we have typed here 90 degrees and just resize it again and just again. Drag it all the way down and if I just show you, this is how it will look. Let me just give you a broader view. So now we have partitioned this, but again these blue lines do not look great with it. So let me just make sure the color is fine with these. Go to the style section. Make sure the color of these are something in gray, I'll say. And the border also should be in gray. So now it looks much better. But again, just change the, I feel it is much darker. Maybe you can go with this color, I'll say. And similarly for the border, you can choose this. And you can, again, what you can do is you can click here. You can go to the Homes tab. You can format paint, click on format paint, and you can just do similarly with this line. Or maybe you can select it manually. If that doesn't work, go to the style section and you can again choose the same color. And you can also do that same for the border. So now you can see that the basically this canvas has been divided into two partitions or two subsections. Now what we are going to do is we are going to write a title for our dashboard. So what we are going to do is we're going to the insert section and you will insert a text box. And what you're going to write is you will write the dashboard name, hotel booking demand analysis. Just select this, make it 28, I'll say, and choose something like Calibri. And again, you can either make it bold and resize it. You can align it also. And you can just drag it all the way here. And what you can do is now you can make sure that this text also, the title for this looks appealing or great, I'll say. So just go to the effects section and make sure there is no background for this. And you can make sure that the visual border is on for this. And you could choose any color, I'll say. And you can make its corner rounded up to like, let's say 25 pixels. I want my corners to be rounded. So let us just see how this would look. It is not visible right now. So make sure to again. Or what you can do is you can select it and you can make sure the font size is small itself. Okay, so now this looks much better. But what you can do is you can go to the back to the effects section and make sure the visual border, I think it's too much rounded, so I'll just make it back to 20. And let us see how this would look. So I think now it looks fine. And I can change the font size. I think if I go with bigger, it's going to affect the title. So I can just make it back to 24 only. Okay, so now this looks fine. And what you can do is you can insert an image also. For example, go to you can choose images from particular section you have any pictures. And I'll just resize this. Just align it, I think just align it on the left side. It looks much better, I'll say. And make sure this arrow fits in right here. So now we have created the title also for our dashboard. Now what we are going to do, we are going to make the actual visualizations. So first of all, we are going to make sure that the data is selected in the data pane. And now first I will start with the stack bar chart to analyze the cancellation rate in each month. So what am I going to do is, I'm going to select on the stack bar chart here. And now let me just zoom out and I will just resize it and I'll select it here. So I want to see that what was the cancellation rate that people, like how many people cancelled on the hotel bookings in each subsequent months. But for that, I have to make sure that there is some cancellation rate or a cancellation count that I have to find out. So what am I going to do is, I'm going to go back to the table view and I'm going to click on the new measure and I want to calculate the cancellation count. So what I will be using a DAX expression for this, and you have to wait till the, now see, now you have the measure here and you can write here as cancellation count and you will write the calculate function. So the calculate function, basically it is responsible for, you can aggregate, you can sum or average particular field, but you can also add a filter within it. For example, if I want to sum up and make you understand with an example, if I want to calculate the total number of marks scored by students, but not particularly those students which studied in the B section. So there is a filter. I want to calculate the marks of all students from all the sections, but excluding a section which could be B, C, D, depending on whatever context. So I am going to write a calculate function to count the total number of cancellations, but including the cancellations where cancellation actually happened, or in boolean it was 1. So let me just show you. Calculate count and you will just select here. From here you will, okay, I think I left cancellation upwards, right? Let me just show you. Count hotel booking cancellation, where cancellation equals to 1, where cancellations actually occurred. So let me just again close this and you will click on enter. And now it will create a measure of the cancellation count. So if I just zoom out, so you will see here that right here, the cancellation count we have gotten this measure. So we'll go back to the report view. And what am I going to do is, I want to see it by each month of their arrival. So I'm going to click here, arrival date month. Let me just select the chart first and I will click on arrival date month and I'll put this to the y-axis and I'm going to click here on the cancellation count measure that I just created and I'm going to click on, and I'm going to drag it all the way to the x-axis. But I'm also going to make sure that this is sorted in descending order, of course. And let me just show you. So as you can see here, you can see that the cancellation count by each month. For example, in August, there was the highest cancellation. People performed the highest cancellation. So the hotel needs to make sure that why there was so much cancellations happening in the month of August. And subsequently in July, then in May, and then in June, and the lowest cancellation happened in the month of January. That could possibly because it is a holiday month and people were booking much more, so they didn't want to cancel. So that is how you can find out. Now what you can do is, you can just make sure it looks better. So go to the visualization section, go to the general part of it, and make sure the title also looks fine. Cancellation count. You can write it as cancellation count or cancellation rate. Cancellation rate by month, or you could write it as by arrival month. And you can align it. Make sure this is in the Arial font and the text color is in black and the size is small. Let's just make it to 13 and you can align it in the center and you can make sure it's in bold also. And again, you can go back to the visual section and x-axis. The values also seem very lighter, so you can just click black here and you can make these bold. Similarly, for the y-axis also, you can just switch off the title of the x-axis, I'll say. And moving on with the y-axis, make sure its color is black and it is in the font of Arial that we were using, and make it bolder. And what else? And you can make sure that the title also looks better. Choose the font which was used. Choose a consistent font. That is what my suggestion would be in each visualization. And make sure the color is also black here also. And make it bold if you want to. But let's just leave it for not being bold also. Okay, I think now it looks better. And what you can do is, you can make sure that the bars also, the color of the bars is much more better. But for now, we are going to do that later. But we are going to switch on the data labels for all these. And we want to show this for all series. And I want to make sure that the values also look better. So I'll just choose a black color and I'll make this bolder. So now you can see that in August there was the highest cancellation rate, following July, May, and subsequently other cancellations also. Now what you can do is you can change the color of these bars. Go to the bar section and you can choose a color something like, I'll say, green. So this is the color that you can go for. Or maybe if you want something more green, I think. And what you can do is go back to the general section, go to the effects part, and the background also seems fine, but you can make sure that the border is on for this, and you can choose a color something like lighter gray, I'll say. And you can choose the rounded corners up to 20. And you can switch on the shadow also for this, but maybe not gray. I'll say go for something like gray. So now you can see that this looks much better. And you can just resize it again. So you can see that the cancellation rate again for all the months is visible. Now what you can do is, moving on with another visualization, we can show the number of stays that happened in the weeknights compared to the stays or the total stays in the weekend nights. Because we want to see, for example, if the total number of stays were highest in the weeknights, which means basically that people traveling for business were much more compared to, people who have just normally booked their hotels, not for any business purposes. So let me show you. For subsequent months also I can show you, but now let's just pick on the line chart here. Just adjust this line, I'll say. So now we want to see the sum of stays in weeknights compared to the weekend nights for each year. So what we are going to do is, we are going to select this and I want to see it for the year, each year. So I'll just drag this in the x-axis. And what am I going to do is, for example, I want to first see for the weeknights. So you will just click here, stays in weeknights here, and you'll drag it all the way to the y-axis. And then you'll not sum it up, you want to see the count. So we'll just make sure it's the count. And then I want to see it for the weekend. And okay, maybe I think rather than arrival date year, we can go back to the arrival date month of like similar when we have calculated the cancellation rate by arrival month. I think we would again do this for the months only. The arrival date year should would not be a much better metrics. We can see that on a monthly basis. Then why would we choosing that for a particular year? So let me just cross this, and what I will do is I will drag this all the way here in the x-axis. And what am I going to do is, for example, I have made this for a weeknight. Similarly, I would just drag this all the way here, and I would see the count. And if I just show you, okay, so we would be going with the distinct count because actually we want the unique stays, not such any repetitive of those. So we'll just go with the distinct count here. Like if I show you, what I did was I clicked on the count of stays and I wanted the distinct or the unique count. Similarly, I made these changes in here also for the weekend nights. So I made this a distinct count. Now what am I going to do is I'll just click here, I'll format paint, click on the format paint option and I'll just click here. But again, this looks a lot of like it's very clustered. So we'll just go here, go to the visualization section, we'll go to the general part of it, and we'll make sure that the title also is much better. Stays in weeknights versus stays in weekend. And you can make sure that the font of this is much smaller. And what you can do is you could go back to the visual section and make sure the x-axis is also smaller. And you can switch off the title because the title itself speaks itself for it. And what you can do is for the y-axis, what you can do is make sure the values again are in small, like the font size is less. And you can switch off the data labels, and you can switch on the markers for all of these. Similarly, the markers are also on for both of these. For example, for the weeknights also and for the weekend nights also. Now what you can do is, here what you can do is for this visualization, cancellation and rate by arrival month, make sure the grid lines are also off. Maybe I forgot that. So you can just switch those off, and you can again switch it off for this also. Now the grid lines have disappeared. Now markers for stays and weekend nights. I think I'll just select all simply, and I will click on show for all series. And what you could do is make sure that the legend is positioned in the right place. So just see if there is any legend drop down menu. Yes. So you can just position it on the bottom center. So now it looks much better. And for the text, you can make sure that the size is smaller and it is black in color, and choose the font which is Arial. And now what you can do is you can change the color of these lines also. For example, for weeknights, I want a color to be something like dark color. So I'll just go for dark green. Or maybe a bit lighter shade of green, I'll say. And then for weekend nights, for the total number of stays to show, I would choose a different color. Maybe I could go with this, or maybe you could choose a lighter color again. So now this also looks much better. So for example, if I hover onto it, you can see that for the month February, the count of stays in weeknights were around 23 and in weekend they were 12. Similarly, for November, the stays in weeknights were 23 and stays in weekend nights were 10. So this ranges on depending on how much the count of stays in weeknights versus weekend nights was. So with this, we complete the second visualization. Now what we will do is we will show you another visualization, which is the cancellation rate by the market segment, repetitive guess by country, and the cancellation rate moving forward for other metrics also. So now what we are going to do is we are going to select column chart first, start column chart, and we're going to resize it. So what we are going to do is we want to show the repetitive guest by each country. Like who were the guests, or what was the count of the guests that particularly were loyal to the hotel, or they kept like from which country did these guests belong that they were so loyal to this hotel that they kept on visiting. So we want to target those particular customers from each country, like why they were much more interested in booking the hotel repetitively. There must be some reasons that you could later on gain with those feedbacks also. So what we are going to do is, for example, you can just select on the visualization first here, and we will click here. But before that, we want to see the country. We want to make sure that the country is in the x-axis. So we'll just drag it all the way to the x-axis. And I will click here. And I will just push it to the y-axis. And I don't want to see the sum of this. I just want to see the count of each. And what am I going to do is I'm going to apply a filter on the top 5 countries. I wanted top 5 countries which had the number of repeated guests. So, for example, for the country section, I want a top end filter. I want to see the top 5 countries which had the repeated guests, and I'll just apply here. So, these are the countries. For example, PRT stands for Portugal. This is the country code for each country, and you can see that around 48,000 of the guests kept showing up to the restaurant, to the hotel. Similarly, for GBR stands for Great Britain, or basically United Kingdom. So the count of repeated guests that kept showing up were around 12,000. So this is the metrics. Now what you can do is either you can apply a filter or you can not apply a filter, that is up to you. And just make sure you can click here. You can format paint this, and you can again click here. So this is the count of repeated guests by each country. But what you can do is you can make sure you can make this visualization much better. For the x-axis, you can make sure that the title is on because we are not able to understand also. Or let me write in a much better manner, country. And I'll just minimize the size of this. And for the y-axis, you can switch on the title. And you can just make this bold. Okay, maybe just increase the font size and don't make it bold, I'll say. Now what you can do is you can change the colors of these columns also. So for Portugal, I want the color to be a bit darker, so I'll go with the darker color. And then moving on, and then for Great Britain or UK, I want colors like I could go for this color. And then for France, I could choose a much lighter shade. Similarly, for Spain, and then you could go for a lighter shade of DU, which is this one. And if you want to show the markers also, data labels, you can click here or you can switch the data labels on. And with this, you can see that the count of repeated guests for country Portugal was around 48,000, and similarly for other countries, these were the count of the repeated guests. Now, what you can do is you can go to the general section and you can just change this. So you can make sure that the title is also fine. So far, these are the three dashboards that we have created. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to show the cancellation rate by the market segment. But before that, if I just zoom in for you, you can see here that the number of repeated guests, which were around 48,000. So these were the total, or basically 48,000 people made sure that they want to visit this hotel repetitively. They want to stay here on a repetitive basis. So there is an advantage of this hotel that okay, these customers belonging to these countries keep showing up on our hotel, and that is beneficial for us. Now what you can do is you can click on the donut chart now and you can just resize this. Now we want to see the cancellation rate by the market segment. Before I explain you that what does market segment mean, market segment are the platforms from which people have booked their hotel tickets. Now, for example, if I show you, I want to see the cancellation count or the cancellation rate by the market segment. So I just drag my measure. First of all, I'll make sure that the market segment is my legend. So I'll drag this market segment to the legend section, and the cancellation count I made, I will drag it all the way to the values. These are the different market segments and you can see the cancellation count for each. We want to see the top three market segment where the cancellation count was the highest. So what am I going to do is, again, I'm going to apply a filter on the market segment section, where I don't want a basic filtering. I want the top three market segments where the cancellation count was the highest. So I'll just drag this all the way here and I'll click on apply a filter. So you can see here that the online TA and then groups and then offline TA. For example, on online TA, when I told you, refers to the websites from online websites. For example, GoIB, Go and all this, Make My Trip. All these are the online TAs, the websites. Then groups are the people who, for example, people showing up for reserving their hotel tickets for a wedding. So these are the people that come in groups. So they book their tickets. So that is where the cancellation count or the cancellation rate is the highest. And then offline TA are the travel agencies. So again, just click anywhere here, or you can click here and you can format paint, click on format paint, and you can just again click here, and this is how most of the changes will be done. But again, go here, go to the formatting of visuals and in this section, and then go to the general subsection and click on title, and I would write this as cancellation count is also fine, cancellation rate is also fine. Now you can make sure the size is also bigger, and everything seems fine so far. What you can do is you can go back to the visual section and you can make sure that the legend's title is off, because title itself is fine and the text are like much visible, I'll say. And what you can do is these data labels that you're seeing currently, I just want a percent of total. I want to simply see the percentage. So that is when you can click on the percent of total. You can also show a category also. For example, this, but I want a percent of total. Now what you can do is you can change the color of these slices also. For example, for online TA, I want a color like this, but again I can go with something lighter, I'll say. For groups, I can go with this color. And for offline TA, I could go with a lighter color. So this looks much better, right? Now what you are going to do is, you're going to make sure, now we want another visualization that we'll be making is the room demand stability. We want to see what rooms were mostly booked, that people kept showing up for those rooms, like which rooms were in the highest demand. So we want to see the room demand stability. So for that, I'm going to click on a pie chart. We want to see the top two rooms that were mostly booked by people, or the bookings that were not cancelled by them in the earlier bookings. So that which shows that that room was particularly stable, or that room was in the highest demand, that people made sure that they don't want to cancel the earlier bookings as well, moreover the upcoming bookings. So let me just resize this. And what you can do is, we want the room demand stability, right? So let me just minimize this first of all. I would drag the assigned room type to the legend section. Let me just see. Yeah, here it is. So you will drag this to the legend section, and I want to see the basically the stability of this, right? So I'll just click on the previous bookings not cancelled. There is a field with that name. So I'll just drag this all the way here. And pie chart right now is not ideal in this situation, but if you're working with basically two fields, if you want, if you just want to see a comparison between two values, so pie chart is much more relevant. I just want to see the top two rooms that were in the most demand, but for that let me make sure this is the, I want to see the sum of it. Or you can make sure it can be anything. For example, if you want the count also, you can go with the count. You will go to the filter section and you will make sure that the assigned room type is only, you will make sure that the filter type is top n. I want the top two rooms and I want it by the previous bookings that were not cancelled. So this is actually the sum of total bookings that were not cancelled, but I want the count of it. So I'll just click on apply filter. And if I just show you here, so these were the two rooms, A and D were the rooms which were highly stable, or maybe people preferred that they want to stay in these rooms as well. Now, what could be the possible reasons? Maybe it could be because the room has a better view, or this A and D rooms are much more affordable in terms of the prices or the offers they hold, or maybe it could be the amenities that follow up with these rooms. So let me just make sure that this looks better. Click on this visualization, click on format paint, and you can just click here in the next visualization. So now this looks better, but make sure go to the visualizations pane and click here in this one, this icon, and click on the general section and make sure that the title also looks better. So let me just write down. We will rename it as room demand stability. And just make sure the size for this visual is also bigger, I'll say. Make it as 13 and make it as 13 as here as well. Now what you can do is, again you can change the, you can make sure that the legend title is on. Moreover, the colors of these also look much better. So go to the legend section. Let me just find you one. Go to the visual pane. Go to the legend section here. Make sure that the title is on. And you can rename it as rooms. And what you can do is make sure that the color of the slices also looks better. So let me just show you. For example, for this you can go with this color, or maybe a darker color also. But before that, make sure the color is a bit lighter, I'll say. And for this one, you can go with lighter shades of green. So with this, you can see that 74.52% were of room A. That people, 75% of the people preferred to book room A, and 25% of the people preferred to book the room D. So that is how you can make sure that all these visualizations are created. Now moving on, what we are going to do is we are going to create the KPIs, which are the most essential part also of this dashboard. But you can, let me just you can rename the page also. You can rename it as dashboard only for a while now. Now we are going to create the KPIs. So you can see here in the card section, you can import these cards also. You can copy this card and you can paste this card again, or you can simply just import it from here only. But I have just simply done this in this manner, which is the same thing only. And make sure that there is a better alignment also. Then I'll hold the copy and paste again. So we'll be creating 3 KPIs as we discussed earlier. First of all, I want an important KPI, which is the cancellation count. So I'll just drag it. I will drag my measure here. First, I'll choose the card and I'll drag my cancellation count measure here. and this is the cancellation count. And if I want to see the sum of repeated guests or the total repeated guests that kept showing up, so I'll just make sure to drag this all the way over here. And these are the total sum of repeated guests that kept showing up. And if I want to see the total stays in the weeknights, to optimize much more better services for the people who are traveling for business. So first of all, I want to see the sum of stays or the total number of stays in the weeknights. So these are the total number of stays in the weeknights. Now what you can do is you can click here and you can make some changes in the cards also. For example, you can switch on the border of these and you can make sure that the border is this color, and I want the roundness up to, like, let's just say I want the roundness up to 70, and I want a shadow for this, and I want a shadow like this for this. So again, you can just format paint it. So now this looks much better. Now what you can do is you can click here again back and go to the visualizations pane here and make sure that the category label is in a much more darker color, and its size also. First of all, its font type should be what we are using consistently. And you can just again format paint this all the way over here for this and for this. You can make sure that the size for this looks, yeah. So now these are the cards also that we have created. Now moving on, we will be needing the slicers for these. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we want the slicers like country. I want to show a slicer for the country. So what am I going to do is, I'm going to click on the slicer here and I'm going to import the country as my field for this. And I'll just make sure this, I want a slicer settings, and I don't want a vertical, I want a drop down for this. And I'll just resize it and I'll drag it all the way over here. And what you could do is, you could make sure that but there is some roundness to this also. Go back to the visual section and you can make sure that the values here are in black in color and the font is in Arial. And the slicer head also, you can change the text of the title, you can change the font type again. So this is the country slicer that you can make, and if you want you can have another slices as well. For example, if I want to make a slicer for the room, the hotel type, like there is a resort hotel and there is a city hotel as well. So what am I going to do is, I'm going to just select on this hotel field and I'm going to drag it all the way here in the field, and I'm going to make sure that the slicer settings, it is not a vertical list, it is a drop down again. And I could just resize this again. and you can just select here. You can format, paint it, and you can make changes here also. So similar changes have been done. Now what you can do is you can insert a shape also. Let me just show you. I'll insert a circle here and I'll just resize this. I'll make it smaller and I'll just drag it all the way over here. And what you can do is you can make sure its color is white in color. Now you will import an image also here. I want this globe one image and I have imported it and I'll just resize it and I'll just drag it all the way over here to show you. Now what you could do is everything seems fine here, but here the shape of this actually, let me just show you first. The border here are actually switched on, so you can just switch off the borders for this. And you can just again drag this image all the way over here. And if you want to increase the size, you can increase the size also. So this is for the country slicer that I've made this. Now what you can do is so far this looks much better. Now what you can do is you can change the title for this also. If I show you the slicer header, you can just make this in the caps lock form. So now also this looks much better. And let me just make sure it looks, there is some space also between these. They're properly aligned also. So now this is so far the dashboard that we have created. Now what we want to do is we want to do something with this bar. We want to make sure it looks good. The bar looks presentable. So what am I going to do is I'm going to insert a text box here. And I could write some catchy line. For example, I could write travel trends to plan your next adventure. So this looks fine. Now what I could do is, if I just zoom in, I could just make sure that the font type is different. I would go with Georgia and I could choose the font size as this, or maybe a much smaller size I'll go for. And I'll just resize this and I'll drag it all the way over here. But before that, I would just make this bold and I'll just resize it. Let me just minimize it first of all. You can first make sure to delete this text box. And the text box that we have created so far, I want that the background is switched off. First of all, let us make sure this is in white color first. The font color of this. And the background is off. So now this looks much better. And you could just resize it. So now this looks much better. Now what you can do is you can again insert an image. And I would go with this image. and I would just resize it. So this is finally the dashboard that we have created. Now, if I just show you overall basically the whole demonstration of this, you can see that the cancellation count was around 44,000 and the repeated guests were around 3,810, and these were the stays and weeknights. This is the cancellation rate by the arrival month. These are the stays and weeknights versus weekend nights, and these are the repetitive guests that kept showing up from different countries, and cancellation rate by market segment, and again the room demand stability. Now, for example, if I show you, for example, I want the country Albania. I select the country Albania, and it shows that the cancellation count was only 2, which is fine. But there were no repeated guests that showed up, and the stays were around 28. So there might be 28 people that was staying for the weeknights. And you can see that in April there was only one cancellation that happened, and in June, rest there were no cancellations. Similarly, the room demand stability here was much more higher for a 75%. So let me just clear my selection here. And if I want to see it for, let's see it for resort hotel, you can see the cancellation count here was 11,000. And maybe if I show for city hotel, the cancellation count here was the highest. So the hotel needs to make sure that why there was a much more cancellation count that was highest in the city hotels, and the repeated guests were around 2032. So this is how the final dashboard would look like. This, we come to the end of the tutorial. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more tutorials. See you in the next video.